Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be about a 15-minute gentle practice, bringing in some forward folds, which can be very calming and soothing to the nervous system. You may want a blanket or two, or possibly a folding chair for the practice today, or you could use a yoga block. And if you don't have these things, then don't worry about it. We can work around it. So before we close our eyes, just take a moment to bring yourself into a comfortable seated position. And then check in with your pelvis and see what is happening with your pelvis. People sometimes use the visual of the pelvic bowl as this bowl or basin, and you could imagine that it's filled with water, and if you tip the pelvis forward in an anterior tilt, then the water spills out the front of the bowl. And then if you tilt the pelvis backwards so that the tailbone is rolling up underneath you, then you spill the water out the back of the pelvic bowl. So you want to try to find a neutral space with your pelvis so you're not spilling the imaginary water out of your bowl. And then you want to find a nice upright position of the spine, following the natural curves of the spine. And for our purposes today, we will keep these natural curves in the spine. So meaning that we won't be taking ourselves into flexion, which is sort of a curling forward or a rounding of the spine. So with all of that said, bring yourself into a seated position. I'm sitting up on a blanket. You could sit up on a blanket or a block. Make the support as high as you like, so that you can start off with that nice upright alignment of the spine. And now close your eyes. And take a moment to arrive. Let go of everything else for now, for these next 15 minutes. Put down your to-do list. No need for you to fix anything, accomplish anything, control anything, or figure anything out. This is your time for you just to be here with yourself, with your body, with your breath, with your spirit. And take a moment to check in with yourself and notice how you're feeling today. Notice any thoughts, any emotions, any physical sensations in your body, any feelings of tightness, tension, gripping, holding or bracing anywhere. Just notice it. Honor where you are, if it's possible. Give any sticky spaces in your body permission to let go of their grip and to relax. And if they're not quite ready to relax just yet, then just send those areas some love and some breath. Root down into your sitting bones, your pubic bone. Lengthen up through the spine, up through the crown of your head. You're sitting up nice and tall, but feeling relaxed. And begin to check in with your breath now, feeling the ebb and flow of your breath. As you inhale, the expansion of the belly, the rib cage. And as you exhale, that drawing in of the belly, the narrowing of the rib cage. A few nice deep breaths in through the nose, all the way down to the pelvic floor. Feel the pelvic floor soften. With the exhalation, that gentle hug and lift of the pelvic floor, drawing in of the abdomen, drawing in of the rib cage, releasing the breath up and out through the nose. A few more nice deep breaths. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through the practice today, and to carry that intention off of the mat and out into your day with you. Give yourself some love. Be on your own side. Be good to yourself. And now begin to flutter the eyes open. And just take a moment to gently Wave yourself from side to side. And then finding your way back into center. We'll roll the torso around over to one side and then forward, over to the other side and then back. Continue to roll yourself around, making the circles as big or small as you like, and then switching the direction of the circles. And then bring yourself back up to center. Again, rooting down through your foundation, sitting up nice and tall. So whatever seat you're in, shins crossed, legs wide, soles of the feet together, wherever you are, whatever feels comfortable, you can stay there. We'll begin to slowly tilt the pelvis forward now, keeping the natural curves of the spine, but we'll bring ourselves forward. You can walk the hands out, and you just fold it forward to your degree. Maybe it doesn't feel like too much. That's okay. And just honor where you are at today, what your body has to give you today. And let that be enough. A few nice deep breaths here. And then slowly walk yourself up. And now let's bring soles of the feet together. So knees open out to the sides. If it feels a little intense on the inner thighs, you could tuck blocks underneath the knees. And again, we'll sit up nice and tall. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to slowly fold yourself forward. So again, finding that anterior tilt of your pelvis. Reaching the heart forward, keeping the spine long, reaching out through the crown of the head. And then slowly bring yourself up. Now let's extend the legs out in front of you. You could keep a big or little bend in the knees here, depending on what's happening with the back of the legs, if the hamstrings are feeling tight, or maybe when you extend the legs out, you start to feel the pelvis roll back. You want to find that neutral pelvis again. So big or little bend in the knees if you need it. Take your fingers down underneath the shoulders, press down into the fingers, root down through the sitting bones, sit up nice and tall. And then we'll begin to fold it forward again, folding from the hips, finding that anterior tilt of the pelvis. And bring the belly towards the thighs. Heart reaching forward towards your toes. Knees bent or not. You listen to your body and then bring it back up. And now take the hands alongside the thighs. Press down through the heels, pull the toes back towards you, sit up tall. And again, we'll fold it forward. Bring the heart forward, reaching for the toes, belly reaching for the thighs. And then bring it back up. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, again, begin to fold yourself forward. Keeping that nice long spine. And then inhale as you lift it up. A couple more times, just following your breath, nice and easy. Exhaling as you come forward. And then inhale as you bring it back up. Reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale again, takes you forward. One more time as you fold it forward here. And then bring yourself back up. And then find your way over onto hands and knees. Rock your hips from side to side. Bring yourself to center. Let's roll through a few rounds of cat-cow, inhaling as you lift up the tail, soften the belly, draw the heart forward, lift your gaze, and exhale as you press into your fingers. Round up through the spine, drop the tail down towards the mat. A few more times you roll through. Bring yourself into that neutral spine. Tuck the toes under, press into your fingers, and lift your hips up and back into your downward dog. Press down and out through the hands, down through the heels. And then begin to pedal out your legs, bending one knee, pressing out through the opposite heel, and then switching it up side to side. And then slowly walk yourself up towards the top of your mat. Now for a moment, take your fingers, press your fingers into your shins or into your thighs. Lift up your belly, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Bring the torso parallel to the mat, so you're sort of making this L shape with your body. We're finding 90 degrees in the hips. And now we'll begin to fold it forward, folding from the hips, bringing the belly down to the thighs. You could have a big or little bend in the knees here again. Keep the hands on the hips. And then let's inhale, press into the feet, lift up through the belly, bring yourself back up again to that flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. And then soften the knees, belly back to the thighs, fold yourself in, let the head go. And a couple more times, inhale, you bring it up to that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale as you soften your knees and fold yourself in, bring the belly to the thighs and let the head go. Once or twice more, you follow your breath. And then press into your feet, lift your heart, come all the way up to stand. Now we'll step the right foot back a couple of feet. So a short stance here. Press down into the feet. Lift up through the belly. Lengthen up through the side body. Spine nice and long, reaching up and out through the crown of your head. Take the hands to the hips. And then we'll begin to slowly fold it forward. And if you need to, put a big or little bend in that front knee. Fold it in, bringing the belly down towards that left thigh. Keeping that left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forward just a little bit. Press into the feet. Lift yourself back up. We'll do it again, folding from the hips. Folding it over that left leg. And then press into the feet. Lift yourself back up. One more time on this side. Fold from the hips. Over that left leg and then root down into the feet. Lift yourself all the way up. And then we'll step that right foot up, switch it to the other side. Now left foot steps back just a couple of feet. Hips facing up towards the top of the mat, hands to the hips. Take a deep breath in, then begin to hinge from the hips and fold it forward. And again, if you need it, little bend or big bend in that front knee as you come forward. Bring it back up again. And then fold it in. Press into the feet, lift it up. Last time. And then we fold it in one more time over that right leg. Lift yourself back up. Step that left foot up. Sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Palms come together overhead. Soften the knees. Pull the hips back. Fold yourself back in. Forward fold. Shake, nod the head. Look right, look left. Maybe rock hips side to side. Sigh. Breathe. Let go of anything that's not serving you right now. Just let it go. And then bend the knees a lot. Plant the hands down on the mat. Step yourself back out into a downward dog. And then lower knees down to the mat. Now this is where you may want a chair. We'll just take it into one more forward fold to close out this nice short practice. So if you have a folding chair, grab it. You could use a couch here or just do this up against your bed or any other kind of chair. Grab your blanket if you've got a blanket, and we will come to sit in front of the chair up on the blanket. So again, finding this sort of neutral pelvis to start. So give yourself a little more height if you feel you need it. And then we'll take the chair out in front of us, legs wide, one leg on either side of the chair. Root down into the sitting bones, press down through the heels, toes up towards the ceiling. And then we'll begin to slowly fold forward from the hips. Again, keeping that nice long spine, natural curves of the spine. And you can rest your forehead down onto the chair seat. You could make a little pillow with your arms. You could, if you need some more support here, add a block or two on top of the chair seat or a blanket. And close the eyes and allow yourself to go back inward. A few nice deep breaths here. Slowly bring yourself back up. Now come into any comfortable seat. And bring your palms together at your heart. Now let's take the arms wide. Wrap the arms in front of the chest, hands to opposite shoulders. Give yourself a little squeeze. Good job, yogi. Send yourself some love. Smile. Thank yourself for showing up for you today. Open the arms wide again. And then wrap the arms, other arm on top. This time, another little squeeze. Release the arms down, palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. May you feel safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. With love and gratitude, namaste.